Hi YouTube, welcome to part 10 on how to make a DreamBoard theme. And by now, after the first 9 videos, I bet you guys know a lot of stuff on how DreamBoard themes work. You guys probably know how to add wallpapers, adding apps, all widgets, all that kind of stuff. So I guess it's time to add some more difficult stuff to our themes, and mostly in the next couple or in the next few episodes, I'm going to be really talking about functions. And if you guys don't know what functions are, or if you guys are uncomfortable with working on functions, I highly recommend you guys go back to my previous videos and take a look over them and get to understand them very well. So, for this episode, I'm going to really be teaching you how to move stuff around, how to add animation, resizing, all that stuff. And I'm using my Mac theme here as an example, and on the regular Mac you have an app called Mission Control, and what it does is it shrinks the background, the wallpaper, into a certain square and shows like a background linen on it. But I don't really care about the functionality of Mission Control. I really care about how the wallpaper resizes and in turn it goes back to normal, and that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys. So before I start, I want to tell you guys I removed my wallpaper from my scroll view and cropped the wallpaper to 320 by 480, so it'll be nice to look at. And I moved some of my widgets. I took out the web widget and just left the clock widget there. So that's just pretty much it. So let's go to iFile. And I have this button here, Mission Control 200 by 193, and that's the button I'm going to be using. So I'm going to also be teaching you how to add a button to toggle it. So let's go inside our main view. I'm going to add 2 new dictionaries. And now I'm going to move them up top, to the very top. I'm going to start with actions, frame, view type, image, and ID. Frame I want to be about 50 by 50 by 200 by 193. ID, I'm going to call this mission on, because this is a button you're going to be clicking to make the wallpaper animation happen. Our image, root, images, mission control. View tab, it's going to be button. Now I'm going to leave the actions out of the way for now, and I'll show you guys why later. I'm just going to worry about the next dictionary. So actions, frame, images, nope, just image, view type, and ID. And I'm going to call this mission close. Frame, 50 by 50 by 200 by 193. Now, did you guys catch on to what I just did there? Did you notice I have the same frame for both of them? And the reason why is I want this button to be underneath the other one, and I'm going to show you a cool trick. Image, our same image, root, images, mission control. View type button. So let's just leave these 2 dictionaries up. Wait, let's go back down. So underneath I have a wallpaper. You guys should know how to do this by now. 0 by 0 by 320 by 40. So that's my simple wallpaper. I want to animate it. So let's go all the way back into our starting point. Let's go into our functions. I'm going to make 2 new functions. I'm going to start with mission on, and this is what will happen when I click on mission control. And I'm going to make another one called mission off, and this is what happens when I close it. So inside I'm going to make some few strings. I'm going to make 5 to be exact. We'll start out with views, and I'm going to be viewing my wallpaper. I want to animate my wallpaper. And I'm going to position it, when I click on it, I'm going to position it in the X direction. space. Let's do 40 pixels. Now I can animated this with a colon, and I can choose the timing and how long it'll take. I'm gonna make it do in 0.4 seconds. That's how fast it'll take in the X direction. I'm gonna do the same but in the Y direction now. So views, my wallpaper, Y in 80 pixels, animated, and I'm going to also do it at 0.4 seconds. So that, when I click a button, this will be my function, it'll move 40 pixels from the X and 80 pixels from the Y in 0.4 seconds. So next, I want to resize it now, so instead of just moving it in place, I'm going to also size it in height and width. So height, I'm going to do 320 pixels, and I'm also going to animate it. Also at 0.4 seconds. And I'm going to do it with the width. So views, dot wallpaper, dot width. And I'm going to do 240 pixels. And also 0.4 seconds. So that's nice and simple. Now here's a trick. Remember, if we go back into our main view, I made two buttons, and I had my mission on button on top. So what if I want to close back out? Well, obviously I can't do that because my mission on is on top of my mission offs. So I'm going to do hide mission on, and it's going to hide itself, just leaving the mission off button exposed so I can click on it. So that's pretty simple. So let's go back to our mission off, and I'm going to do exactly the same. So instead of just typing all that, I'm going to be lazy and go into text viewer. I'm going to find a chunk of code starting from the array. And I'm just going to copy this and paste it over mission off. And be careful about this because you might mess up. So now I'm in that mission off, it's the exact same, but I'm going to reset back to normal. Just like it never happened. So Y, 0 pixels, wallpaper height, 480 because that's standard, width, 320. And I'm going to do show mission on because it'll bring it back on top. So now let's go back. Now I'm going to add the stuff now. So this is mission on. In the actions, I'm going to make a string. I'm going to type in function mission on. Simple enough. Now in the mission close, I'm going to do function mission off. So that's just pretty much it. So let's take a look at our theme. First we need to exit out. Ooh, that's a little big, but it's alright. So let's click on and see what happens. It shrinks our wallpaper to, I can't even remember the size anymore, but it just shrinks it. Now this should be mission off. I click it, it should go back to normal. So maybe the wallpaper timing is a little off, but it still animates, and I'm good, happy with it. And that's just practically it about animation for now. You guys can modify practically anything you want if you substitute the text correctly or the pixels in the correct way. I don't know. So that's just pretty much it for basic animation, and that's pretty much it.